everybody, I'm Chani and welcome to my kitchen. This is the start of what I really hope is a great endeavor and a great chance for you guys to get to know me and see what I can do in the kitchen. Hopefully we can add in some other series including some Pinterest tests, some different unboxings, some, all kinds of just fun, exciting things. I thought we would start today with making some peppermint bark cake balls, as I am calling them. If you're not familiar with peppermint bark, Ghirardelli makes this fantastic treat every winter time, and it's basically dark chocolate, white chocolate, and little peppermint pieces in it, and it is so delicious. So today I thought we would turn that into some wonderful cake balls. So let's get started. To make these little bouts of deliciousness, you have to start with your cake. For your cake, you're going to need 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of granulated sugar, 3/4 of a cup of dark cocoa powder. If you wanted to just do a regular chocolate cake, you could do regular cocoa powder, but to stick true to the peppermint bark flavor, we're going to do dark. You're going to need 3/4 of a cup of butter, which is 1.5 sticks. You're going to need 3 whole eggs, 1.5 cups of white milk, a teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, or 3/4 of a teaspoon, of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and I am using 2 candy canes that I have crushed up to throw in there as well, plus 2 teaspoons of peppermint extract. To start with, you want to whisk together all of your dry ingredients except for your sugar. So your flour, your cocoa powder, your baking powder, your baking soda, and your salt. And just give that a good whisk until it's nice and combined. And then just set that off to the side. Now, in the bowl of your electric mixer, what you want to do is you want to cream together your butter and your sugar. And you want to let that cream together for 5 minutes so that it's really nice and fluffy. Alright, once your butter and sugar have creamed together, what you want to do is you want to add in your eggs and mix them in one at a time, and then mix that up till it's well combined. Make sure you scrape all the stuff off of your beater in there, that way all of that goodness gets mixed in really nice and well. And then add in your extract. And then what you want to do is you want to add in your dry mixture with your milk in 3 parts dry to 2 parts milk. So you're going to add in 1/3 of your dry, and then 1/2 of your milk, then 1/3 of your dry, then 1/2 of a milk, and then the last 1/3 of your dry, mixing in between each addition. So 1/3 of the dry, mix it up. Then 1/2 of your wet, so 3/4 of a cup of that milk, 1/2 of your dry, the last 1/2 of the milk. At this point, kind of scrape your beater off a little bit. If you're not using a self-cleaning beater, then you want to make sure that you scrape down your sides in between your additions. That way everything stays nice and combined the entire time. And then the last 1/3 of your dry. And mix that up. Once you are all mixed and you have a beautiful batter, Take it off of your mixer, scrape down your sides one more time, give it a quick mix with your spatula, and then just fold in your peppermint pieces. Where you have some nice, gorgeous chunks. And then from there, pour it right into a greased pan, because you definitely don't want your cake to stick. And then you want to bake this at 350 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. It really depends on your oven and your humidity levels and things like that. Alright, so we've made our cake and it's cooled. So next we want to make our white chocolate peppermint frosting. That way our buttercream tastes like the white chocolate layer of the peppermint bark. So what you're going to need is, you need 12 ounces of white chocolate and you want it to be melted, and then you want it to start to cool a little bit so it's not super hot anymore. You want 2 sticks of butter that is softened. You want a cup of powdered sugar, and then you want a teaspoon of peppermint extract. And I'm adding in more candy cane bits that I have chopped up really nice and small to put in there to give it more of that peppermint bark crunch. So to start with, what you want to do is you want to, in your mixing bowl, put in your butter, beat it on medium speed. Okay, so once you beat it and it's nice and smooth and creamy, then we're going to put in our white chocolate and add that in here. Then beat that in. And then you're going to add in your powdered sugar. And your peppermint extract. And you want to beat this till it's fluffy. You know what? I forgot to add the little peppermints in, so let's do that. Put those in and just stir them around in with our frosting here. All right. And pull this all aside. So then what I like to do is figure out how to work this tripod here. Take our beautiful cake here, and I just cut it into pieces. It doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be even. And then we're going to toss these pieces right into this bowl. And turn that back on. And the cake all goes into this bowl. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but what we want are all of these little crumblies. We want it to be nice and crumbly. That way the frosting will go in there nice and pretty. And then just take your frosting at that point and drop a couple scoops in. And a little bit at a time. Keep doing that, I'm sorry. Y'all want to see it, don't you? Okay. Once it starts to roll around on the sides like that, that's how you know that this has plenty of frosting in it. And see how it kind of holds its shape really nicely when you shape it into a ball. That's what you're looking for. From there, we need to put this in the refrigerator so that it sets up. Alright, so once your mixture has chilled for a few minutes so that it's still nice and doughy, pliable. But all you want to do is take a little ice cream scoop or a cookie dough scoop, that's what I'm using, and scoop them all out onto some baking paper. Once you've scooped them all out, what you want to do is just take them and roll them so that they're smooth, and then pop these bad boys in the freezer for 10 minutes before you dip them. That helps them be a nice consistency for dipping, and it helps them so that the chocolate coating that you put on them sets up faster. Alright, so our cake balls have been mixed, they have been rolled, they have been in the freezer for the last 10 minutes, and now we are ready to dip them. So in this little candy melting pot, I am using some white chocolate candy melts to give it more of that peppermint bark flavor. So in here I have some melted red candy melts, and all I'm going to do, zoom in on the pot here, all I'm going to do is, what I prefer to do is just drop them in, coat them. I use a spoon and then tap off all the excess on the sides, and then just set them on a piece of parchment paper to set up. And then do that with all of your cake balls. And here are the cake balls that we made today. We have red and green, perfect for any festive holiday party that you might have going on this season. They are a delicious holiday peppermint bark flavor, so they are good for any type of peppermint themed get-together treat table that you might have going on. They are just delicious, and I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. Alright, you guys, so that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out and for watching. I promise not every episode's going to be that weird top-down angle. I just am having some rearranging issues in my kitchen right now. Please come back and join me again for another episode of Shandy's Kitchen. I have some exciting, fun things planned. If you have any suggestions of anything that you'd like to see me do, make sure you leave a comment down below and I will do the research and I will make it happen for you. And don't forget to hit that like button and to subscribe for me so that you get notified every time that I post a new episode onto YouTube. Alright, thanks again, you guys. Bye!